What's up everyone? Well, as we all know, Nintendo had an absolutely killer year in 2017, with not just the Nintendo Switch, but The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and what an incredible year it was. That game will forever be creating endless and amazing memories, very similar to how Ocarina of Time is to a lot of Zelda fans, including myself. Now, one of the big questions in my head, and I'd assume most Zelda fans' head is, what's next from the Zelda team? Now, yes, we do know that development on the next big home console Zelda game has started, and in all fairness, that is to be expected. But what I want to talk about is, do we see anything this year in 2018? Well, first of all, we know the Zelda team are pretty well known for releasing one of their big games, to then be followed by, within a year or so, a more smaller game, sometimes a 2D game. Well, we know that this could slightly change, as the Switch is definitely getting more focused than the 3DS right now, which is where most of the 2D games were. But the Zelda team could actually have a few options on their hands here. So I have 4 titles that might actually be real titles in the very near future of this year. Alright, so recently there has been rumours and hints at a possible Link's Awakening remake for the Nintendo Switch or 3DS. Well, personally, I'd assume the Switch, but anyway, I think this is actually a pretty interesting idea in my opinion, and for sure could sell on the Switch. Obviously not to as a large degree or anywhere near to how well Breath of the Wild sold, but if an older Zelda game such as Link's Awakening was to get a remake in some way or another, a lot of older and newer Zelda fans would be right into that, and even if this remake was only available in the eShop, I'd still take that, and I'm sure a lot of Zelda fans would as well. Now, there is another rumour on this topic, and that is a complete spiritual successor. Now, the only way I'd say we can put this is basically how A Link Between Worlds was a spiritual successor to A Link to the Past. Personally, I think either one of these options is a fairly solid idea for the Zelda team to make in 2018. Now, if we move over to the 3D side of Zelda games, well, let's not argue about how likely this one could be, but all of us Zelda fans should know Ocarina of Time is without a doubt not just one of the best Zelda games, but also one of the best games of all time. And 2018 is in fact its 20th anniversary. So what's stopping Nintendo from creating an anniversary edition for one of their best creations of all time? Now, don't get me wrong, I know this game can be played on 5 or 6 different consoles already, but come on. They know they can sell any Zelda fan some Ocarina of Time any day. I know I'd be getting it day one for sure. Just imagine this, Ocarina of Time with stunning graphics on that portable masterpiece, the Nintendo Switch. Who wouldn't want that? And with the Nintendo Switch selling so well, I'm sure there's a ton of new Zelda fans that got hooked on Breath of the Wild. So they gotta get hooked on some Ocarina of Time if they did make a 20th anniversary edition. Okay now, let's take a bit of time to look back at a topic I've discussed before. If you haven't guessed it yet, it is indeed Skyward Sword HD. Now come on Nintendo, why has this not been announced yet? I understand that they could release it whenever they want really, and it would get them some fairly decent sales, as it's the only 3D Zelda game without a HD or upgraded version right now. And of course, it would work really well. As I talked about in my older video on the topic, those Joy-Cons would work so damn well for motion controls, as, you know, they actually work. But for real, I didn't actually have that many issues with the original motion controls, but the Joy-Cons would definitely step it up a level for sure. So Skyward Sword would make a perfect fit, if I'm being honest here. I think we will see it either this year or early next year, who knows. Now, before I ask the big question, there has been talks of a possible Zelda mobile game, And I did a video on that as well if you would like to check it out to hear my in-depth thoughts about it. But I'm just putting it out there that that could happen as well. But does it really count as a new game? I'd say to some degree it does, but I'm just putting it out there. So that's my 3 main ideas on what we could possibly see for Zelda in 2018. The topic is incredibly interesting to me, and I would love to hear what you think about it in the comments. So let me know which one of the 3, or any other ideas you might have, down below. I do want to say a quick sorry for the lack of content for these past weeks. To put it short, I've had exams for the past 2 weeks, so that's why. But I will be back to work once this video goes up, so I can't wait to get some more new videos out. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and by the way, thank you so much for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I am really happy to reach this goal, and I guess there's only more growing to do now. If you're not already in the Discord server, feel free to chat to myself and a bunch of other amazing people about all sorts of stuff. It's a really good time. Be sure to also drop a like on the video if you really enjoyed it. And also check out my social media accounts below to stay updated. And until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.